Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it has been like 8 months since I came to Germany, and इस 8 महीने में I definitely did experience like a lot of things. And today I wanted to share 10 cultural shocks or maybe 11 cultural shocks that I experienced in Germany. So let's start the video. I literally wrote everything कि कौन से cultural shocks है वगैरह. So the first one, I think this is like the biggest one I experienced, is the class environment. जैसे इंडिया में कैसा होता है कि the teachers like really strict and there are like set of rules that you need to follow in the class. Of course, like सारे teachers ऐसे नहीं होते हैं. Some of them are like really fun and chill. But in Germany, like every teacher that I have like met up until now is like so free and fun, and you can literally talk to them about anything and everything. And the class का जो environment होता है ना, it's always so chill, fun kind of vibe, and you can just have a cup of coffee or eat something while listening to the class, and no one really judges you, no one says anything. There are really no rules in the class, and you really don't have to take a permission to enter into the class or go out of the class. And I think the best part is that no one judges you in the class. जैसे इंडिया में if you don't know anything, teachers be like, अच्छा तुम्हें ये भी नहीं पता है, this is like the worst batch I've ever seen. ये सब थाने तुम्हें जर्मनी में सुनने को नहीं मिलते हैं. So compared to India, I think the class का जो environment वगैरह होता है, I like find it here better. The second thing is the weather. I really don't know if it is actually cultural shock. So in India, the weather is like very diverse. When it's summer, it's like really hot, जैसे 40 डिग्री तक पहुंच जाता है, and like in winter it's not really that cold, and in the rainy season it rains a lot. But in Germany it's mostly winter, and almost 8 महीने वैसे तो विंटर ही रहता है. उसमें 8 महीने में 4 महीने it heavily snows. बाकी के 4 महीने होते हैं जहाँ पर it's like spring and summer, but it's not that hot. It's like 20 or 25 degrees maximum. For us Indians, it's not actually that hot. Especially like क्योंकि मैं हैदराबाद से हूँ, from the south region, it's like the minimum temperature. And there's this saying कि Germany's winters are really depressing. It is like so cold, it reaches -10 degrees, and no, you don't see any people outside, and you have to spend the entire day at home unless you have to go to the university or school or something like that. And the days are really shorter. सुबह के 8 बजे कुछ सनराइज होता है और शाम के 4-4:30 बजे तक it's sunset. When it's daytime, it's not even that sunny. It's like almost cloudy. You don't even see the sun. So you face this loneliness and you enter this dark state of mind. अगर तुम्हारे अच्छे roommates से, then I think you won't find any problem. But if you're like alone, then you might have to face a little bit of loneliness during winters, especially in the months of November, December, January kind of. It's like really cold at that time. Now the third thing is bureaucracy. If you're an Indian, then you might have complaints with the German bureaucracy because everything takes so much of time. अगर तुम्हें कुछ भी काम करवाना है, you have to follow this particular procedure, और तब जाके तुम्हारा जो भी काम है वो होता है. So for example, if you have some work in the immigration office, then you have to write a mail to them, you have to wait for their answer, and they take like 3 or 4 days to answer me, and then you have to make an appointment or book an appointment. जो appointment होता है वो 1 या 2 हफ्ते के बाद मिलता है because like so many people are there, and it's like 5 day वीक इन जर्मनी, तो सिर्फ 5 दिन ही जो भी कुछ भी ऑफिस होते हैं वो खुले रहते हैं, बाकी के सैटरडे संडे इट्स लाइक ऑलवेज ऑफ. अगर तुम जर्मनी में रहते हो, यू रियली नीड टू हैव पेशेंस. आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज दिस obsession of Germans with appointments. Like कुछ भी काम हो, you have to book an appointment first and then go. I mean, the funniest thing was कि मैं एक बार एक salon को गई थी, and I just searched on Google like salons near me, and I just went to the nearest one, and there the person at the bill counter asked me like if I had an appointment, and without an appointment I can't have a haircut. एंड आई वाज लाइक अच्छा, इसके लिए भी मुझे एक अपॉइंटमेंट बुक करवाना होगा. इट समटाइम्स बिकम्स रियली अनोइंग. I mean, here everything is like still so paper based, and तुम्हें सब के लिए एक प्रूफ चाहिए होता है. लाइक अच्छा तुम इस घर पे रह रहे हो, देन यू नीड दिस हाउस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. अच्छा तुम यहाँ पर काम कर रहे हो, यू आर डूइंग अ पार्ट टाइम और अ मिनी जॉब, देन यू स्टिल नीड अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, अ प्रूफ. अच्छा तुम इस सिटी में रह रहे हो, देन यू नीड अ सिटी रजिस्ट्रेशन. तो सब के लिए एक प्रूफ चाहिए होता है. यू नीड दैट ऑन पेपर. सब कुछ इतना डिजिटलाइज हो गया है. वी आर डूइंग एवरीथिंग ऑन फोन, थ्रू emails, through websites and all of that, but people here still tend to do everything on paper. The fourth is rules. I mean, Germany में बहुत सारे rules होते हैं and they are like must. ऐसा नहीं होता कि you can just negotiate with them and तुम बात करके settle कर लोगे. नहीं, rules are rules and you have to follow them, which I think is a good thing because people know what to do and what not to. But sometimes it gets really out of hand, and I think some rules are like really not that necessary, but they still exist. For example, like kya 2 हफ्ते पहले I was like cooking in my kitchen, and it was like in the morning around 5:30, and I was like cooking in a cooker, and it obviously makes sounds. And then my owner texts me like, Germany में रात के 10 से सुबह 6 बजे तक it's Ruhat side, which is like a silent time, and you can't make any noise. And I was like, now I can't even cook in the kitchen. So sometimes it gets really out of hand, and like the rules are like too much overwhelming. If you're very new here in Germany and you don't know anyone who can help you, then you might really not know what to do and what not to. The fifth point is the transportation system, and this is the best thing about Germany. I mean, transportation system in Germany is like so efficient. I mean, I know there are like train delays होते हैं, sometimes they get cancelled, especially on the weekends. But if you're an Indian, then you are really used to it and it's not a big of a problem. I still think that transportation here is like so good. When I came here, it just took me like 1 day to understand how everything works, and from the next day I was like traveling alone. So it's so efficient, it's so good, and I think that's like the best part about Germany. And you have this ticket called Deutschland ticket, where you have to pay like 58 euros. Like it was 49 euros up until December 2024, and from January it's like 58 euros, and you have to pay like this amount every month, and with that you will get a ticket, and you can literally travel anywhere around Germany. You can use all modes of transportation: buses, trams, trains. Like you can travel by them as many number of times as you want, whenever, wherever. There's no limit. Now, sixth part is language. I mean, this is like really important. If you are in Germany, then I feel you should at least know basic German language. German ke bina, it is like really difficult to be here, because जहाँ पर भी जाओगे, everyone will talk with you in German. I mean, there are like very few people who speak English, and some people don't even want to talk in English, even if they know how to. Even if your course program is in English, you should learn German before coming at least like A1 या A2 level, so that you can at least hold like basic conversations in your day-to-day life. Seventh cultural shock was food. Now, in India, we really take like time to cook, we spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Here in Germany, people don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I mean, I've heard a lot of Germans saying that they don't even have a lot of things in their kitchen. They like everything to be on the go, and they don't want to spend a lot of time cooking. So these bakeries and cafes in Germany are like really popular and they run really well. And you will always see people there having some kind of sandwich or bread or some pastry or coffee or something like that. And Germans really like to have food on the go. Coming to the eighth point, which is relationships and communication. Now, I'm not talking about the couple kind of relationships. I'm talking about like the general relationships. Just say India mein na, we are like very social people. We like to talk with everyone. We have like this big family. We have a lot of family gatherings. We just want to really know about others and all of that. But in Germany, it's like the complete opposite. They're like very reserved people. They don't interfere in your lives and they don't expect you to interfere in their lives. And they really don't care about what others think, and they just like to live their life. I mean, not only in Germany, but I think ये पूरा यूरोप का कल्चर ही कुछ ऐसा होता है कि they really don't think about others. And this comes to like another point about PDA culture. Now, this is not like a very important topic. ऐसा नहीं है कि तुम्हें ये जानना चाहिए before coming to Germany, but I think this was definitely a big cultural shock for me. Because if you're in India, you don't expect like couples, being so close to each other, because yeah, we are very judgy and we feel like, okay, it is cringe. But in Germany, it's like so common. People don't even really think about what others are doing, and they don't really care about what others think. So in the starting days, I used to see these couples, these people doing their thing, and I was like, "अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है?" And yeah, I was definitely kind of surprised, but now I think it's like I'm used to it and it's like really common. Ninth point is about Sundays. I mean, if you know about Germany, then you might know कि Sundays are completely silent. Everything is closed, malls, थोड़े बहुत restaurants वगैरह खुले होते हैं, but malls, supermarkets, all of these are like completely closed, and you will literally not see many people outside, which is like completely opposite in India. क्योंकि इंडिया में Sundays में ही बहुत ज़्यादा बाहर जाते हैं. You will actually see a lot more people on Sundays, which also brings me to another thing कि in Germany, holidays are taken very strictly. मतलब अगर it's a holiday, you are not expected to work at all. इंडिया में तो फिर भी चलता है कि कुछ हॉलीडे वगैरह में भी कुछ काम लग जाए तो you are still expected to work, but here it's not. I mean, if it's a holiday, it is a holiday, and you are strictly not allowed to work, and people don't even want to work. Now the 10th point is fitness and health. I think कि Germans really take care of their health. I mean, I go to the gym and I see people literally of every age group and gender. I mean, not only the young people, but also like 60-70 साल के बूढ़े लोग भी आके जिम करते हैं, which I think is a really great thing. क्योंकि इंडिया में अगर तुम कहीं पर भी जिम जाते हो, you don't actually see a lot of old people or even women, and people really like to take long walks or go on a run or do hiking or trek, some kind of physical activity on weekends. I find it like very cool, to be honest. Now, the last point, last cultural shock is the student benefits. Here in Germany, students have like a lot of benefits. When you compare it to India, I think in Germany, students really have a lot of benefits. The first thing is the transportation. So when you pay the semester contribution of 300 to 500 euros per semester, you get the semester ticket, and with that you can travel around Germany and you literally don't have to pay anything. Not only that, students also have a lot of discounts. So if you want to like purchase something, you can just show that you're a student of this particular university, and they will give you some discount if like it's available. So, yeah, these were some of the cultural shocks that I experienced. And if there are any that I kind of missed, then you can maybe write down in the comments. And I hope you liked the video. If you do, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video.